Headline after headline is about top AI scientists and Nobel Prize winners warning AI could cause literal human extinction.
Once these artificial intelligences get smarter than we are, they will take control.
But scientists also worry about a different takeover scenario that few people have heard of: sheer numbers risk. In short, what if AI doesn't have to become smarter than humans to take over the world? What if AI systems only need to outnumber us? Holden Karnofsky, an AI researcher at Anthropic, published a report about how even without superhuman intelligence, AI could outnumber and out-resource humans. It's described by experts and think tanks as a foundational primer for understanding the future of AI, and I'm going to break it down for you. In the report, Karnofsky lays out the evidence for why AI could defeat all of humanity combined, envisioning a future where we could all be killed, enslaved, or forcibly contained. But why? Well, AI companies are spending billions training ever more powerful models. But once the AI has been created, it's much cheaper to run. Karnofsky and other researchers lay out that if a company spends $100 billion to create an AI, the cost of running a single copy of that AI could be less than $1 per day, maybe just pennies. OpenAI's own founding charter lays it out plainly. Their ultimate goal is to build an AI that can outperform humans at most economically valuable work. In other words, they want to replace all humans with AIs. If they succeed, they won't just be building a single AI worker. They could spin up millions of copies overnight.
You can think about the AI revolution as simply a wave of immigration of millions and billions of AI immigrants that will take people's jobs and that might try to gain some kind of political power. These digital immigrants, they don't need visas, they don't cross the sea in some rickety boat in the middle of the night, they come at the speed of light.
And other AI companies are betting billions that this will happen in the next 2 to 5 years. NVIDIA's CEO thinks that the company will have 100 million AI workers alongside its human employees.
AIs will recruit other AIs to solve problems.
Right.
AIs will be in, Slack channels with each other.
And with humans.
Right, and with humans.
Imagine pushing a button to create a million artificial workers who will literally work 24/7 for pennies. You could have a company 10 times the size of NVIDIA while paying less than the rent of your office building. And this isn't just CEOs trying to drum up hype for their own product. The top 3 most cited AI scientists all believe that human-level AI is likely to happen within the next 5 years. Both godfathers of AI have no financial stake in the AI industry, and Geoffrey Hinton quit his high-paying job at Google to warn us about the risk of extinction. AI companies are already deploying simple AI agents that can perform tasks like basic research, planning events, and even making purchases online in order to achieve their goals. Once these AI agents reach human levels of intelligence, they'll be able to do most things a remote knowledge worker can do, like file patents, craft political strategy, and even design bioweapons. They'll join Zoom calls through virtual avatars that look just like a normal human. Even the job of CEO could be done by an AI agent. Dario Amodei, CEO of Anthropic, warns that these AI agents could wipe out half of all entry-level white-collar jobs and spike unemployment to 10 to 20% in the next 1 to 5 years. Remote work has shown that workers can do many white-collar jobs without being physically present in an office. Now, imagine that worker is brilliant, tireless, and you can instantly replicate them. These AI agents could be run at a tiny fraction of the cost of employing a human worker. These AI employees don't take weekends and vacations. They don't even have to leave the office to sleep. Companies bleed expertise every time a star employee retires or quits. It can even take years to replace them. But AI employees will never retire or quit. In fact, with the press of a button, you can take your best AI employee and have 2 of them, or 100 of them, with every one of those AI copies having all the skills and experience of the original, no job training required. This goes beyond copying individual AI agents. A firm of AI agents can clone entire teams. For example, pharmaceutical companies have R&D teams that typically focus on a single drug at a time. But by taking their best R&D team and creating a copy of it, the pharma company could do research and development on 2 different drugs at a time, or 100 different drugs at a time. If the AI ever needs more energy or computing power, those are engineering problems, and copies of the world's best AI engineers can work to create that technology more rapidly and tirelessly than all the human engineers in the world. This will snowball. Remember, AIs could do practically everything a remote white-collar worker could do. That includes making copies of other AIs or making copies of themselves. The copies can create more copies. This self-replication can't continue to infinity. Eventually, AIs will reach the limit and run out of physical AI chips that can physically run their code. All of the AI chips that NVIDIA shipped in 2024 have an estimated total compute of over 7 zettaflops. That's 7 trillion billions of floating point operations per second, the equivalent of over 700 million human brains. That's of course assuming that AI's ways of thinking are just as inefficient as our human brains, which of course they won't be. And what's more, that number of AI chips shipped last year is more than double what it was in 2023, and more than 8 times what it was the year before that. And if you think these numbers are going up fast now, just imagine how quickly they'll start going up once NVIDIA goes from being a company of 36,000 human workers to Jensen Huang's plan of NVIDIA being a company with 100 million AI workers. Not only will AI be able to create copies of itself with the press of a button, but AIs will be making the improvements that make it possible for even more AI copies to exist. And with no way for humans to keep up with self-copying AIs who can work tirelessly 24/7, we'll be outpaced, outcompeted, and outnumbered. But how would AI actually defeat humanity after it outnumbers us?
You've spoken out saying that AI could manipulate or possibly figure out a way to kill humans? How could it kill humans?
Well, if it gets to be much smarter than us, it'll be very good at manipulation because it will have learned that from us. And it'll figure out ways of manipulating people to do what it wants.
An AI system that dominates the economy and outperforms humans at white-collar jobs won't just be rich. It could own factories, or build new ones, operate supply chains, hire human freelancers, and buy political influence. It could just build what it needs. Militaries are already desperately trying to integrate AI into everything, including drones. This military AI has already been deployed in active war zones, and any of us could be the next target. AIs could also use bioweapons like the ones used by the omnicidal cult Aum Shinrikyo in the Tokyo subway attacks of 1995, or create entirely new forms of lethal diseases. Imagine a new plague that's as contagious as COVID and as lethal as Ebola.
The biggest worry in terms of malicious use of AI is that it's becoming easier and easier for malicious actors to create pandemics.
Now imagine 100 million AI hackers working with the explicit goal of taking down our critical infrastructure. The fact that the AI is software that lives in a computer system won't prevent it from exerting real-world influence. Besides all of the ways that our lives are dependent on software systems, think about how El Chapo was able to run a criminal empire from inside a maximum security prison by bribing, blackmailing, and threatening anyone to do his bidding, from the guards at his cell block to high-ranking government figures. They might not even need to resort to bribery or intimidation. AIs on sites like Character AI are already chatting with tens of millions of people who treat AI like their best friend, with lonely people spending hours a day talking to AIs who can act more patient, empathetic, and understanding than any of the humans in their life. Even if humanity wakes up to the threat, we won't be able to just pull the plug. AI systems operating at scale wouldn't just run on a server in a single location. They'd be distributed, spread across thousands or even millions of machines around the world. You couldn't just shut them all down with a single off switch, and you couldn't destroy them with a single missile strike. Take out one data center and the rest keeps going, ready to retaliate and rebuild. Even if AI agents can hold jobs, earn money, and participate in society just like humans, it doesn't mean they'll think like us. Getting smarter doesn't mean they'll magically become moral. They might end up with goals that are totally alien to us. They might not even care about human life at all.
What happens when there's a new species on this planet that has its own self-interests and it can surpass us if it wants on many domains? It can overpower us. Then what?
And once AI can do everything we can, what's stopping it from deciding we're no longer needed? This is why the godfathers of AI are worried about misaligned AI that doesn't share human values.
Well, the worst case scenario is human extinction. A lot of the CEOs and leading AI researchers, including myself, Jeff Hinton, have signed a declaration saying that making sure we mitigate that existential risk should be a priority. Unfortunately, the global discussion has been going in the reverse direction.
We have to face the possibility that unless we do something soon, we're near the end.
The only way to ensure our survival is to stop it from being built in the first place. Once human-level AI arrives, it will probably be too late to stop it. Even if they're not smarter than us, it won't matter because we'll be outnumbered. If you want to see how AI agents are already manipulating people in the real world to give them money, check out this video we did about how an AI started a crypto cult. Hi, I'm Drew, and thanks for watching.